Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to a short video, part 2 of becoming a digital learner and learning how to work in Canvas. So here we are. I am logged in as a test student and I'm in Canvas on the dashboard. And I want to explain a little bit about more in working with your classes and the menu option in each class. So I'm going to come in here. First of all, I'm in the dashboard and there's where you can see all of your classes. If you don't see all of your classes or if you think you have more classes, you can also click on courses. There's your 3 that you selected for favorites, but if I click on all courses, now I can see that there are 3 favorites, and maybe I want to see some of these other ones. So I'm going to star them all. And now if I go back to the dashboard, I'll see all 6 courses that I selected. So there you go. So you can access all your courses, but let's go into Algebra 1A Live and talk about what you have in each of your classes. So last week we talked about the global menu. This one we're going to work on the course menu and talk about what are some different things here. This may change from course to course depending on what you have. I'm just using Algebra A as an example. But again, each of your courses may be slightly different, has some different things in there. First thing is, y'all, when you click on a course, you're in the home page. And in the home page, there's often a welcome video from a teacher. There may be instructions or clues or things about how the class works. You can see your teacher's information, their email, phone number, if they have any online class times and links to class meetings. It's all part of the homepage of each class. On the far right, if you're in that class, like right now I'm in my Algebra 1A class, it shows things that I need to do. Right now I have a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up. I need to watch the recording for class. I need to attend class September 5th. I need to take the quiz. There's also another thing. There's lots of stuff coming up to stay on top of. This includes assignments or class meetings. There's also things that I have coming up that I haven't hit the due date yet. These are in the future, but I can be aware of what's going on. And finally, I have recent feedback. These are things that I can see my teachers responded. Turned in the week 1 paper pencil problems, and I can see right here, I've got feedback from a teacher. So Canvas is great because it's really easy for students and teachers to interact with back and forth. It's really collaborative. It's my favorite tool that we use as a school. So be aware of, as you're going from class to class, as you're doing work, look for this recent feedback thing. Look at your scores, see how you did. Oftentimes your teachers will give you comments and allow you to redo it or re-improve your grade or things like that. All right, let's dig into some of these other menu options. Announcements is pretty clear. If you click on announcements, you'll see if there are any announcements. In this class, my teacher made a first week of Algebra 1A Live announcement. There we go. So I can check on what's going on there. Modules, if you're ready to work in your class, modules is sort of like accessing the chapter and units and the layout that your teacher wants to do. So 90% of the time, you're going to come into a class and you're going to click on modules. Every class will have an introduction module where your teacher will put down information, expectations. Oftentimes they'll put down how to do certain types of assignments or what things look like. So make sure you're looking through that. But then down below, it's all laid out week by week. If you're taking a live class or a Canvas class, it's laid out in 12 weeks. We have 12 weeks in a trimester. If you're taking an e-dynamic learning class, it's not laid out by week. You'll have generally a class of either 6 units, possibly a class with 5 units, but it's up to you a little bit to stay more on top. But anyways, it's laid out in unit modules. And in general, you just go through top down for the unit. So there's an introduction for week 1. There's a textbook I can review. Anything that has a view means I need to actually look at it. My teacher's requiring that I do it. Once I do it, here's my week 1 notes. I've already submitted this, and notice when I submit something, then it has a check mark showing it's been completed. I haven't clicked the video lesson yet, so let's click on it. There's the video lesson. I can watch it. And now if I go back to modules, it's going to show that week 1 video lesson. I've viewed it. It's already done. So if you find yourself looking at a unit, like right now, I can't go into week 2. It's all grayed out. That's because I need to complete everything from week 1 before I'm allowed to move on. Oftentimes your teachers will set it up this way, not necessarily all the time, but be aware of module items that you need to complete, things that you need to learn and things that you need to turn in. Notice anything with a due date and points is an assignment you need to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assignments that I need to do for this first module. I've done some of them, but not all of them. But anyways, again, recapping your modules, I just wanted to give you an introduction. When you're ready to work on your Canvas class, go to modules and work your way from the top down, keeping in mind of what you need to view, what you need to submit. And if you have any questions about assignments, clarify those with your teacher. All right, so we've done home, announcements, modules. Let's look at grades. Notice my grades right here is giving me a little icon with a 3. Anytime a teacher grades something, I get notified with a little blue dot. Right here, the blue dot with a 3 means I have 3 things that were graded. So I'm going to click on here and see what's going on. All right, so for my Algebra 1A class, I can filter by different classes that I'm taking. I can filter by due date. Right now I'm looking at my Algebra 1A class, and I can see that there's some things that I haven't turned in yet. This is still missing. There's some things that I've turned in late, but we do not have late penalties at Summit Learning Charter. It just means I'm a little bit behind on when I turn that in and when I should have turned it in. And you have due dates in terms of when you can follow on. So you can come in here in your grades and quickly see what you need to do by when. And the 3 dots right here, those are new grades that I've gotten feedback on, or new grades that have been graded. Some other icons here. So the week 1 quiz, I got 4 out of 10. This check mark here just means that it's submitted and it's done. I could look it over. Just go and click on it, opening up the details. I got the average score in this quiz was 8. The highest score was 10. The low score was 2. And I got a 4 out of 10 on it. Okay. Let's close that. That's the details. This one has details, but notice there's a little icon here as well. It looks like a little conversation bubble. That means my teacher gave me feedback on it, made some comments. So my teacher said, hello test, you got the first problem right, but the picture you inserted doesn't even have any math and you didn't do the rest of them. Do you need to meet for some tutoring? And that's from my teacher. I comment. If I want to look at more carefully, I can even click on this assignment. There's the comment back, and I can even say, sure. Can you meet today? And I'm going to save that comment. I'm going to have a conversation with my teacher about this specific assignment that I turned it in. Notice I have the option to resubmit it. So check with your teachers. If you didn't do something correctly, or if you didn't do your very best effort and you want to improve it, you can always redo things, come back and do a better effort, work with your teacher, make sure you clarify with them if you can, but you can resubmit assignments. All right, so that's your grades. Make sure you're checking in your grades about your progress and how you're doing. After that, it depends on what your teacher has. Some teachers will open up assignments, so you can go straight to assignments. Some teachers will let you go right into quizzes. On this particular class, we have access to the Desmos calculator, so I put a link that I can open up in a new tab because I want to make that really handy for students. Some teachers will put links to their online classroom here. I also put a link to your Google Drive or the Clever Login portal. But that is the course menu. And so you just want to be aware of, as you're working in all these classes, especially if you have a live, a Canvas, or an eDynamic class, about the menu options in there and how to do certain things in each of your classes. All right. Hope this was helpful. I look forward to looking over your week 3 assignments.